Hey, welcome to Palaview Market Research's first free product launch for you guys. Hopefully, you guys have went over the packet, the thesis that we wrote up on this certain project. This will be a technical analysis of the project if you think that this project is worth your investment. So hopefully I can give you guys some solid areas, some solid price ranges, and some solid advice on what to do if you do end up wanting to take part in investing into this project. The first thing that I would like to talk about is, if you haven't already read the thesis, please do, because we cover a lot of important things. And by all means, this is definitely not financial advice. This is just giving you all the tools necessary to make a sound decision and a sound investment choice based off of what we have given you. So that goes over pretty much who the project was made by, what the use cases are, why it's useful within the market, and then also some risks that are involved, along with total market cap, total liquidity, who holds the majority of the liquidity, and who's the majority holder of most of the tokens. Okay, and hopefully by using that, you guys are able to make a sound decision on whether or not this is going to be worth your investment. So with that being said, if you do think it is worthy of your investment, I am here to analyze a chart to give you guys some solid price points, to give you guys some solid price ranges where you can potentially dollar cost average or look into some certain areas to start investing within this project. All right, so to start off, I'll give you guys a quick little introduction of how I like to conduct crypto research on a technical standpoint. So to start, the majority of the crypto biases will be held off the monthly time frames and off the weekly time frames, because we are not trying to day trade this stuff based off of your analysis and based off of what you guys have gathered. If this is worthy of your investment, then you are considering this as an asset, okay, which means that you think it will go up in the long term, and that's what we're going to try and help you guys do. All right, so to start off, on the monthly time frame, what do we see? We see that there was a high made right here with a closure above, right, showing volatility and volume within the market, along with closing above this high right here, right? So we have two highs that were taken out within the market on a monthly time frame, showing that we have broke monthly market structure, showing a shift in market structure, showing a shift in trend, because as we can see from here, we were previously in a downtrend along with the majority of the crypto market. All right, we see a shift in market structure right here. All right, moving forward, yes, we do see 1, 2, and 3 bearish months, along with one that is potentially forming currently. But right now we can get into why this is beneficial to us, because it's giving us some solid price points for us to potentially invest with. All right, so as we've seen during the month of March, we saw that huge volatility and volume boom, and then the following months we see a little sell-off. If we scale down into a weekly time frame, now we're dealing with candlesticks that are within the weekly, this gives us access to way more price data now. So we can see, all right within this move down, this is ideally where orders were filled, right? Because we see that big long rally right after that. So within this price range, which is highlighted with this gray box, this is a solid price point for where buy orders were filled and are likely going to be filled once again if price draws towards this area. Okay, and we can also see an imbalance within these candlesticks, and if you don't understand Japanese candlesticks, that is okay. That's what I'm here to do. And some of the things that I'm going to be saying might be confusing to you. If they are confusing to you, it's all right. Listen to the things that do make sense to you, and hopefully you can kind of pick some things up along the way as we teach you this stuff. So moving forward, we see this imbalance within these candlesticks right here, and we see that price, boom, came within this imbalance and then immediately got a rally right after. All right, so that, along with, boom, the monthly volatility and volume push, along with price coming into this solid price range where previous buy orders were filled to propel market higher, we see price come into this price range and then rally higher, and now we see, boom, 1 and 2 bearish weeks following Okay. So what does that tell me? For one, we have not shifted market structure to the upside yet on the weekly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we broke structure to the upside, okay? And then we see a break of structure to the downside on the weekly time frame as we see these 3 bearish months come through. Okay, now looking at the weekly time frame, what am I waiting for in terms of confirmation? Well, there's a couple things. I can either wait for a very solid price range to get filled, which is this price range that we highlighted right here. And from there, we can start dollar cost averaging, whether that's over a month or a week, whatever your risk tolerance is on this project that you've decided. Okay, so you can start dollar cost averaging throughout this price range, or you can play it safe and simply wait for a weekly break of structure, which would be a candle closure above this high or any most recent high that gets formed. So let's say price comes up here, comes down a little bit. This will now be the most recent high, okay? And then what will we need? We will need a candle closure above that high. All right. Moving forward, what is another price range that I do have interest in for this project, okay? Right here. This is another one of those areas where we see market filling orders by one, taking out liquidity, right? What is liquidity? Resting sell orders underneath lows along with stop orders from buyers within the market underneath lows, okay? So we see price come down here, take out these orders, okay? Take out liquidity, sweep liquidity, and then what happens following that? Boom, a rally higher, okay? Breaking weekly structure, showing market structure shift. So again, this is one of these price ranges where buy orders were able to get filled and changed market structure due to that, giving me high confluence of that happening again if price wants to come back in here. Okay, so with that, I've pretty much given you 2 very solid price ranges if you deem this project worthy of your investment. Okay, so those price ranges would be from 30 cents down to 26 cents, along with around 22 cents all the way down to 13 cents. Okay, and like I said before, you guys are free to dollar cost average throughout here, along with playing it rather conservative with just a break of structure to the upside, a candle closure above a weekly high. Oops. Give me 1 second, sorry. All right, continuing. Sorry about that. Continuing, a closure above the weekly high. All right, now that we've established some solid entry points for you guys, let's talk about how we can actually take profits, because this is far different than the stock market. And my guess is you got into crypto because you know that there are a lot of gains to be made within this space, but you're rather concerned because it's pretty risky. You've heard of people making a lot of money and then losing it all afterwards. You think it's gambling. Okay, so this is where crypto is far different from stocks. Crypto, you have to take profits within the cycle that you're in. Okay, as we know, crypto moves in bear and bull cycles. All right, so ideally, we are taking profits along the way up compared to a stock where you just buy it and hold it for years to come. You know, I would love to say that crypto is going to be around forever, but we don't know that for sure. And that's why a lot of people see it as a risk. However, by understanding that, hey, this project is relatively good, and finding, solid price ranges to invest in, and then also understanding an exit strategy, you can make a solid amount of money, as I'm sure you've heard of people all over the news or just from the news, making a lot of money through crypto. So that's hopefully what we can help you guys out with. If you weren't able to take profits from previous bull cycles, then hopefully this can teach you a few things about this. And this is pretty much the exit strategy for the majority of the projects that we will continue to be posting. All right. So what I like to do is ideally we are looking for a 2x, all right, on our investment. So that would be a 100% gain. So even if we were to invest right now, okay, at this current price point, we are going to get a 100% gain right around this high, okay, that was made off of that initial push up. why is this a solid price point, along with why do we want to close half of our position at a 100% gain? Well, first of all, if we put in $10,000 and then we get a 2x on our investment, meaning that we are now at $20,000, and we close $10,000 of profit, boom, we just took out our initial investment and essentially making this a risk-free investment now. Now we are only working with the profits that the market has given us, and we are still sitting at that same entry point that we had from below, okay? And then from there, we can let those profits ride until these higher take profits and until all-time highs, and we'll go over that exit strategy right now, okay? So why do we look for highs within the market to take profit? One, remember how we talked about how there was liquidity underneath these lows? There is also liquidity resting above these highs. So what do we know about crypto, right? Crypto can be affected. People can pump and dump, right? So in order for people to be able to take profits who actually believe in the project, where is solid prices for them to take profits? It's going to be above highs. And why is it going to be above highs? Because when these highs get taken out, there are going to be stop orders resting above here from people who were shorting the market. Okay, so that's going to provide liquidity, exit liquidity for people who are buying down here if price reaches those highs. Okay, and there's also going to be people buying as these highs get taken out, again, providing exit liquidity for the people who are buying down here. Okay, so our goal is to exit with the majority shareholders, okay, with the people who are holding the majority of the coins. And do we know for certain that they are going to exit at these highs? No, but we know that there is going to be liquidity resting above these highs where they are able to exit. So even the possibility of them having the chance to exit, that is where we are going to want to take profits every single time. Okay, so from there, right, let's say we entered today. Oops. Let's say we entered today, got up to this high, and closed with a 97% gain. That's close enough to a 100% gain for me. Boom, we close off 50% of our position, and now we are only working with the profits that we've made from the market. All right, continuing. Where are other areas, where are other draws on liquidity for these large shareholders of this coin, of this project, to take profits? Okay, right up here. All right, why? Because these are highs, right? The people that were short selling from here, they have stop orders above here, and also as these highs get taken out, more people are going to be buying. All right, so continuing, if we were to buy right here, take 50% of our position off here, so now we're only working with the profits that we made, and then we get price all the way up here. That's going to be a 1.5x of your $10,000. Okay, so that's going to be around what, like $30,000. Okay, and then plus the 10,000 that you had taken out here. All right, and then we have other highs along here, and the entire time, once we hit these new highs and these highs get taken out, we're just managing 50% of the position that is open. Okay, so from here to this high, we're closing off 50% of our open position. Okay, and then from here up until this high, whatever the open position is, however many coins that we have remaining within that, we close 50% of those right there. And then up to this high, we close another 50%. Up to this high, we close another 50%. And then from there, we have all-time highs to work with. And from here, this will be beneficial to you guys because we will be sending emails out to you guys as these areas get hit, okay? And telling you, you know, like showing alerts, as well as like us just reminding you like, hey, if you did invest in this project, one of those high impact areas did get hit. If you want to manage 50% of your position, now would be a solid time to do so. All right. So once all these highs get hit, obviously we would like price to run, considering that you think this is a solid investment. Okay. We would like price to run higher and higher. Okay. So, and ideally push past all-time highs. Okay, so what is our exit strategy once price pushes past all-time highs, which is right here, right? You're probably saying this was actually the all-time high. Yes and no. Okay, this is where price was released on the exchange, which is the exchange that we're working with right now is Binance. Okay, so this price is where price opened on Binance. And then the day that it opened, price pushed all the way up here. And then what happened? People shorted it up here and then price fell. Okay, this is not a valid high to me because it's an exchange release high. Okay, I never consider exchange release highs valid because they're not they're not actual real price action. It's more of a fundamental price action where, okay, this token just released on Binance and then price got bought up all the way up here and then sold off within that one day. Okay, so that's not necessarily something that we would consider an all-time high. I'm going to take it based off of, a couple weeks later when we actually get a high set into the market. All right, so what are we looking for once all-time highs get pushed past? Once we push past this high, these three highs as well, let's say price gets all the way up here. I am quite simply looking for just a weekly break of structure. So that means a low gets formed and then a closure below the low on the weekly time frame. So something very similar looking to this, okay, with a candlestick closure underneath the low. And from there, I am fully exiting my position. And you're probably asking why it could go higher. Yes, it could go higher, but that's where people get greedy. That is where people keep thinking this thing's going to go higher and higher, and that's where they keep getting that euphoria from crypto, and that's when you see the people losing it all. Okay, wouldn't you like to just secure a 5 to 6 to 7x gain on these tokens, right? That's way better than a stock will ever provide you over the course of however long these cryptos will run, right? Cryptos, you always see people getting 10x, 8x or 20x, 30x, 100x returns on these coins. And those are great returns, right? But when you're working with those types of returns, you're kind of questioning, hey, is this even an asset? Is this even an investment at this point if it's giving me jackpot lottery type returns, right? We need to think about that logically. All right, so I would much rather, again, secure my initial deposit at a 2x on our investment and then just start working with the profits and saying, hey, anything after this, I'm happy with because it's money being made, right? There's no reason to complain. There's no reason to have any fear of missing out. Even if this thing goes higher and higher after breaking structure on the weekly time frame, you have to be satisfied with the gains that you've made. So with that being said, that is our technical analysis on the first PalaView market research project. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm excited to release more projects in the future, and I'm excited to show you guys where we plan to go with this. Lots of exciting things for the future. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys with the next project that we put out. Thank you.